Hello and welcome to glennzb TV for Friday, the show that puts glennzb into your virtual headset. I'm bringing New Zealand to the world and the world to New Zealand. And after spending far too much time looking at O.J. Simpson this morning, really what I've taken out of that is he had a lot of nicknames in prison. The Juice. That's an obvious one with the whole OJ thing, of course. Turns out a lot of people called him Nordberg while he was in there. I think he's got that a lot ever since he was in the Naked Gun movies. That was his character's name. So that's those are self-explanatory. Apparently the guards would call him Bobblehead from time to time. This is due to the fact that he has an enormous head. So very, very creative. Perhaps even more creative is that he also was known as Stinky, because at one stage he became incontinent. So sometimes you can have too much information about a story. You can go too deep. I think it means that this might be one of those times. Now, Donald Trump, you're confusing me again. I don't understand what's happening. Because it just seems like the other day you were at the carrier factory, you'd given them a whole lot of money to create jobs and get contracts and keep the employment there, and then it's been reported overnight that 300 staff at Carrier Air Conditioning are going to lose their jobs because all the work's going to Mexico. So I guess if they go down to the wall, the transparent wall, look through it, they'll be able to see those Mexicans doing their jobs. So this is all during Made in America week. Yeah. So it's very confusing. I don't quite understand it. It's almost as though some of the things Trump said we're going to happen are not happening for some. I don't know. Just a little. This is sort of a syntax note it's actually for Barack Obama. Cancer's not a person. He's tweeted overnight, with the news that John McCain has brain cancer. He says John McCain is an American hero and one of the bravest fighters I've ever known. So that's nice. That's a good thing to say. And then he says cancer doesn't know what it's up against. Give it hell, John. So, yeah, I guess when you're an ex-president, you can say... It's all sort of weird... But that's all right. And then McCain himself, I suppose when you're sitting around with brain cancer, you've got time to put a well-constructed tweet together. The trouble with this one... I just wish people would, before pushing send, can you just have another little look through and see if there's anything wrong, anything that just catches your eye, and then just fix that up before you push the send button. So he's written, I greatly appreciate the outpouring of support. Unfortunately for my sparring partners in Congress, I'll be back soon. So, and then he's gone stand, but he's meant to say stand by, but he's put a little hyphen in between, so it says standby, like, putting something on standby, which isn't what he means. He means stand by. It's two separate words. Am I being a bit harsh on somebody with brain cancer? I think I probably am. Just pull it back, glennzb. Probably being too harsh on Barack Obama, to be honest. Forget I said anything. Finally, and perhaps the best play on words using somebody's name all week that you've seen all week. I don't know how many you've seen, but I'm sure this will be out there. Check out this headline, Marina my rackets bitch. Now, if you don't know who Marina Rakovich is, it's not as funny, admittedly. I understand that not all of you are as obsessed with Marina Rakovich as our sports editor Matt Brown is, who seems to run a story on her every single day, even though she's never really won anything as far as I'm aware. And usually fails to qualify for major tournaments. But anyway, it's important to stay in touch with what's happening in her world. And what's happening in her world is that she is not impressed by the fact that her tennis rackets have been confiscated as weapons at Auckland Airport. Apparently, what happens is the security service now bans all sports equipment that they could use as bludgeoning equipment from carry-on baggage. I think what they failed, where they've got it wrong here, though, is that these are Marina Arakovic's tennis rackets here, and we've seen no evidence of them ever being used as any kind of weapon with any great success or consistency whatsoever. Really, I feel like I've really bullied Marina my rackets bitch now. It's left me with a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. I'm sorry, Marina. I was really just trying to make a few jokes at your expense. I hope you don't mind. I'm sure you've got a great sense of humour. I'm just trying to think back to all the audio I've heard Matt Brown play of you over the years. And yeah, I'm definitely sure you love a laugh. I can't quite remember any funsies jokes that you've made. I'm sure there are some. I am glennzb. Thank you so much for having me in your virtual tennis racket case. I will see you back here again on Monday. Please try not to bludgeon anybody with sports equipment over the weekend, especially on a plane.